Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. We're going to spend just a few minutes here together, and I so appreciate you tuning in to Inspiration for today. Let's start out with a verse from the book of Psalms. In Psalm 34, verse 4, it says, I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. I chose that verse because, well, first of all, I'm enjoying Texas so much. It has a really good feel. As you saw yesterday, going to church really lifted my spirits. It seems like there are many people of faith here. I'm sure there are everywhere, but it seems to permeate a lot here. But this verse on fear, and I hope that he has delivered you from all your fears. What a great verse to memorize today. In our travels, I came across a monument to the fight for Texas independence from Mexico. And when I look at, you'll see flags from many states that sent men to fight and help the Texans gain their freedom from Mexico. Mexico controlled this area up until that was fought in the mid-1830s. They received independence in 1838, and then in 1845, Texas became the 28th state to join the United States of America. But even that came at a cost. And clearly people came from the various states that you're going to see the flags for. I think they came with no fear, because they came to do a cause that they felt at the time was right. That Texas should not belong to Mexico, but to the United States. I don't know all the details of that, but I was amazed at how many states, and they all seem to have their own flags. So I hope you enjoy the display of flags and appreciate the sacrifice that people made to gain their freedom. Well, God bless. Watch this, and I pray that it inspires you. If there's a fear in your life, let's overcome it. The Lord will help you defeat it. He delivered me from all my fears. Watch this, and I'll see you back tomorrow morning. Okay, as we come across all the flags that basically talk about the various states. Their flags, in some ways, well, as we go through, you'll see, but from the Texas Revolution for independence from Mexico in the mid-1830s. This one was the Texas state flag from 1821 until 1836. Then we move on to the tricolor flag. This was the flag that was flown over the Alamo. And I wish it was blowing a little more for you to see that. Maybe the wind will pick up. So that was the Alamo. And then this one looks like kind of the American flag, but Texas had their own Navy from 1835 to 1845. And as you see, there's this one star. This is called the Lone Star State, of course. A lot of action through the Texas Revolution, became the Navy flag and for the Republic of Texas. And then that one, as you can see, pure red, these were from the Alabama. So when the revolution was taking place, volunteers came from various states around Texas. This one was called the Alabama Red Rovers. It actually did include people from Kentucky, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, and Tennessee. 1835. This one's cool. It says the volunteers. You see that? These were from New Orleans. Those volunteers that came again in 1835. It was called the First Company of Texas Volunteers from New Orleans. And they wanted to help Texans fight for liberty. That one says, come and take it. 1835, after changing the original contract with the colonists, the Mexican Army then demanded the return of a small cannon loaned to the township of Gonzales. And they didn't want to give it back. And they came up with that flag. This flag was developed by a lady, 23-year-old, called Sarah Dodson from Kentucky. She made it for her husband's volunteer company that came to help out. Liberty or death. This one's called the Troutman Lone Star. Joanna Troutman, 18-year-old from Georgia, created this flag for a group of volunteers from Macon, Georgia, made of white silk and bearing one 5-pointed star with the words, liberty or death. Start to see all of them. I just found this interesting, and I hope you do also. We come to a very unique one. Severed arm bloody sword of 1836. Long story on this one, but the bottom line is that it was out of the Declaration of Independence that was drawn and signed in the Loretto Chapel. To celebrate the signing, the volunteers made this flag. And then this one. The San Jacinto Liberty flag of 1836. Created by the ladies of Newport, Kentucky. Awesome. Only 3 more to go. The first flag of the Republic, 1836. The first official flag of the Republic of Texas. Accepted during March 1836. That drafted the Texas independence flag. The last one's unfurled, and that actually became the Texas flag that we still know today. That's why it's called the Lone Star State. This one here, it's kind of wrapped around the pole right now, but it was called the second flag of the Republic, and it lasted until 1839. Wish we could see it better. But this one became the flag of Texas in 1839. This whole monument was created to celebrate that Texans wanted to be their own free country, actually. And you can see this statue of one of the volunteers that came to fight for that independence. Of course, later, Texas became a state.